with y'all. Hopefully it's been a good day so far, and hopefully y'all get a lot out of this and enjoy this. Obviously something we've been doing for a long time, just to kind of help out the local media here and give y'all a little head start on things. And a little different this year because usually we're going right on into Charlotte. But, that'll be next week. Just a few things for me. First of all, it's been a good summer. I think, most coaches nobody probably comes and says it's been a terrible summer, but it really has truly been a great summer. I mean, I love the focus of our guys. We've had tremendous leadership all summer. These guys have been here. The biggest thing that I would say is this is the best, probably in about, probably 5 or 6 years, our accountability. It's probably the best it's been. It's something we track. We have our accountability teams and all that. This team, I think we have 2 guys out of 135 that are negative on accountability points, and that's never been the case. And that's one of those little internal metrics for me that it really gives me an indication of the focus of this group. And so I'm excited about that. Guys are hungry to get back at it, to get back on the field, and get back in the fight, if you will. We got a lot of guys back on this team that got some very valuable experience last year. A lot of those guys, a guy like a Wade Woodaz and Antonio Williams, and Nate Wiggins is a first-year starter. I mean, a lot of those guys, type of guys, Blake Miller, a lot of those type of guys on our team that really got a lot of needed experience last year, but then we also had a lot of guys choose to stay and play another year. It's seven guys, and a bunch of those guys draftable that chose to stay and play another year here at Clemson, all graduates. So that's really exciting. And then we've added another, outstanding group of new recruits. So I think the team's in a good spot. They have put the work in that is necessary to give yourself a chance to have a really good year. They put that work in, and if they'll stay the course, then this team will have an opportunity to have another excellent year here at Clemson. I don't have any doubt about that. And then as far as health-wise, our team is in a good spot right now. As of right this second, we've got 4 guys that are Miles Oliver, Bubba McAtee, Hampton Earl, Trey Williams that are kind of mid-camp, right after camp, but they're all kind of really trending in a good spot where they need to be to get back for the season at some point. And so we're in a good spot. All those guys that were out of the spring, everybody's ready to roll. So I'm really, really pleased with that. And then the only real long-term deal that we're dealing with right now is Tyler Venables. He had a little tear in his hip labrum, so he had to have that fixed yesterday, as a matter of fact. So, it was a decision with him, try to play through it and then maybe do it after the season. And really it was kind of T-Bone's decision to go ahead and get it done, because he's kind of, which I'm really excited about, because he's made the decision that he really wants to really use all of his eligibility. So technically, I know it seems like he's been here a long time, but he's got 3 years to play 2. And he's, as y'all know that have been around, he's battled a lot of injuries. He's had torn hamstrings. He had the other hip. He's had the shoulder. He's had a lot of setbacks. But he's such a great player and a valuable guy. But he's what we're going to try to do with him is kind of take the long haul approach and try to redshirt him this year if we can, which would be a real positive for us, for next year, because it would give us a veteran guy back. Because lose some really veteran guys at that position. But our goal is to try to get him back this year at some point and hopefully play kind of the Skowski plan. Those of you who remember that, maybe let him play the last few games of the season and still keep his year and come back next year as a redshirt junior or a 5th-year senior, whatever he wants to do. So that's really the only long-term thing we're dealing with right now. And other than that, everybody is back in camp or really trending, to being back sooner than later. So, excited about that.
Coach, the recent decision by Will Taylor, was that much of a surprise for you, or did you pretty much know that baseball was his future?
No, we talked about that. I think we all knew that long term that was going to be his future. But Will, you know, he wants to be a first round draft pick, and you know, he really felt like this is what he needed to concentrate on this fall. And, you know, he's I love that kid, and hopefully he'll just come over here and sit around and hang out with us some, because he's just one of those guys you just love being around. And, man, he wouldn't give anything for the experience that he's gotten. I mean, this is what he wanted. He wanted the college experience, and you know, not many guys have the ability to play one sport, much less two, and to be a champion in both sports, to be an ACC champion in football, an ACC champion in baseball, and obviously it didn't go necessarily quite according to script. It rarely does, but you know, he got off to a really good start and was really kind of on his way. What was that, like the fourth game maybe of his freshman year? That crazy year of 21, he was kind of on his way to really becoming a real factor for us, and got hurt. So, you know, he missed all the spring, missed all the summer, and then came in last year, and toward the end of last year was starting to kind of, you know, hit his stride a little bit. But this is just kind of where he's at. He's in that third year. But he's had an amazing experience here at Clemson. It's what he wanted, and you know, I'm excited for him. But definitely the right decision on his part.
Can you elaborate on Trey Williams?
Yeah, well, you know, he was. We got the surgery there in the spring, and so he's doing really good. You know, we had to fix the shoulder again, and I think it was the one from high school. We had one here, another one, you know, at Clemson, but they also had one from high school to fix that again. But he's done well. He's had a good summer. I mean, he's close, you know, and you know, he's probably mid-camp type guy before they probably will release at the earliest there. But you know, and he's another guy. He's kind of like Tyler. I mean, those of you who've been around here, y'all know what we got with Trey. I mean, he's missed a lot of time, but he's still got a lot of time too. You know, he really has a lot of time on his clock, and so, you know, we've really tried to just kind of hit pause with him a little bit and just slow it down and kind of play the long game with him. And let's really get him well, and let's get those shoulders fortified, and just make sure that you know, he's ready to go. He's in a good place. Like I say, he's had a great summer. He's really running well, and hopefully we'll have him, you know, clear sooner than later.
Dabo, everybody's talked about how great and smooth the transition with Garrett Riley has been. They use the word fun. They use the word freedom a lot when talking about everything. And in terms of adding him to your coaching staff, how much was it set him free and let him start to roll things out, and you guys working together about implementing things and adding him and letting him take over, really?
I mean, no different than hiring anybody else. I mean, you know, we have a structure here that you know, come to Clemson. It's just, you know, you plug into the structure, you perform your role. We empower everybody who comes here to do their job with accountability. And he's been a great fit. I mean, easy. It has been an easy transition. You know, we I think got a lot done in the spring. Even though we had a lot of guys out, we got a lot of the infrastructure in, and really, you know, terminology and just little nuances that are different. But it's been fun. It has been fun. It's been a lot of fun, and kind of a little bit of a reset, if you will. Some procedural things and systematic things, but the biggest thing is just I just really feel a reinstilled confidence, and you know, sometimes you know, that's, you have to have a different voice from time to time. You know, doesn't always say it doesn't have to. We don't necessarily have to be the best, but we got to believe it's the best. You know, and that's a big part of it. And I just think that these guys have kind of regain their confidence in what we're doing and how we do it and why, and it's carried over into the summer. You know, got to go do it. Got to go do it during the season, but it's all good. It'll get real Labor Day night.